In this module, you'll learn about the influence principle of reciprocity and how it can help you influence positive behavior change. Reciprocity, giving gifts, can make WIC participants want to give back gifts to their WIC provider. These gifts can be in the form of behavior change, continued participation in the program, and being more open to advice.
I like these influence principles. They make sense and I can see how they work in all areas of life. Tell me how the principle of reciprocity works in the WIC setting.
Reciprocity means that when we give someone a gift, they feel obligated to give something back to us.
Can you give me an example?
Think about nonprofit organizations. Have you ever gotten a set of personalized return address labels from a nonprofit?
Sure, I've gotten a couple of those. Oh, now I see. They've given me a gift, so now I feel obligated to make a donation in return.
That's it. We have other gifts we can give instead that are far more valuable than a freebie like donation labels. One gift we can give participants is our full attention. Everything we do that makes participants feel welcomed and valued is a gift, and being fully present and paying attention is a good place to start. What else do you think might be a gift we can give along those same lines?
Well, what about empathy? Feeling for the other person and trying to put yourself in their shoes seems like a gift.
Yes. Recognition is another gift we can give. We all want to be recognized for the effort we put forth. We can give moms the recognition they crave and they deserve.
I feel that encouragement is another gift we can give. We can recognize their efforts, like you said, and we can also encourage them to keep trying.
Being genuinely interested is also a gift we can provide. We want that personal connection with people.
And we can't get that connection without listening to them, so that's a gift as well. Listening to people and understanding them are both gifts.
Without listening, how could we provide people with solutions to their problems? Those solutions are our gifts too.
You know, this reminds me of participant-centered services. Some of the skills I learned in that training seem like they could be gifts to participants, like active listening, affirmations, and reflections.
I'd agree with that. When we're working in the spirit of PCS and putting participants at the center of what we do, we're fully present with them, giving them our full attention.
So, now I know there are a lot of gifts we can give to participants. How does this help us work with them?
Because we've given them these gifts, participants are more likely to give us the gift of coming back for their next appointment. They're also more open to changing behaviors and talking with us about their challenges and successes. For example, when someone's late for an appointment, what do you say?
I usually remind them about when their appointment was and ask them nicely if they could try to be on time next time.
What if we approached it differently and gave them a gift instead? If they're late and we simply move on and don't mention that fact, it's a gift. We don't even need to mention that they're late. We're not running a punctuality program after all. If we give them the gift of simply welcoming them when they do arrive, they are more likely to give the gift of being on time for their next appointment.
Huh, I'll have to try that.
Let's watch an example of a clerk who goes out of his way to help check a participant in. Think about all the gifts he gives in this video.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Hi, how are you doing today?
Good, how are you?
Good, good.
Do you need my folder?
Yeah. In fact, let me just go ahead and go over and get that folder from you.
Thank you.
No problem.
Need more employees like you. That's awesome. So how are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Oh, here you go.
Okay, thank you. You mind if I take a look at
Oh,
him?
no, not at all.
All right.
He's sleeping right now.
Let's see. Wow.
My little guy.
Yeah, he's a little angel sleeping.
Yeah, he looks like his dad.
Wow. So how are you doing?
I'm doing okay. I'm tired, but I guess that has to do with a lot of the postpartum stuff going on, so yeah.
Good. Well, baby looks good. I'm impressed you even made it out today.
I know, so am I. I mean, it's so hot out, and
Yeah.
I had no choice, so I have to
Just
get
a
my,
week after,
my
I would
stuff.
have probably been home watching some movies. Let me go ahead and get you checked in.
Okay, thank you.
What gifts did you see in this video?
You know, that example only lasted a minute, but I saw several gifts there. He walked over to the mom so she didn't have to bring her folder up to the counter. He made a personal connection and paid attention to her baby. He complimented her for coming in so soon after having the baby, and he used a little humor too when he joked about staying home and watching movies. That humor was a gift too.
How do you think the mom felt after receiving those gifts?
I think she felt comfortable and valued as a human being. She'll want to give something back. She'll look forward to returning and being taken care of in her future visits.
The last example was a pretty typical everyday situation. You welcome people into the WIC clinic all day, every day. But reciprocity applies when we're responding to difficult questions too. This video shows a mom asking about switching to a different formula. When you watch this video, think about all the missed opportunities for giving gifts.
Hi, I was just wondering, I had a question. How would I go about getting different formula? Is that possible? I mean, my baby's been throwing up and I mean, crying. I don't know.
Go ahead and give me your WIC ID and I need to look you up and see what. Oh, it looks like you don't have an appointment today?
Yeah, I mean.
Are you here to change your appointment?
No, actually I just wanted some help with like switching formulas possibly. I mean, the one that you guys gave me, it's not working. And I mean, my baby's vomiting and extremely fussy. And I did try one that my neighbor had given me, and it seems to work. Is there any way that I'd be able to switch?
Well, WIC only gives the one brand of formula. That's
Okay.
the only one we can give. We really can't change the formula.
So, I mean, there's nothing that you guys can help me with? I mean, like
No, there's
maybe
really not. Now,
switching?
if your child had a special medical condition or had a prescription form from the doctor,
Okay.
you know, you can make an appointment to change the formula if there's like a medical reason. But we can't just let people switch formulas. We can only give the one brand. And, you know, if you
So there's
wanna make
no
an
other brands that
appointment
you
to-
guys can, you know, give me? There's just the one?
No, we've just got what we've got. It's a government program, and you know it'd cost an enormous amount of money if we gave any formula anyone wanted. So we just have to stick with the one brand, and it's a good formula. Is this?
Well,
and
it's
you've
not
just.
working. I mean, you know, what
I
am
see
I
you've got
supposed
this.
to
Is this
do?
your first baby? You've got the
It
one
is,
child on the
yes.
program. Yeah.
Yes.
A lot of first-time moms think the formula's the problem, and with babies, a lot of things can upset their tummies day to day.
Well, I know the difference
you know.
between just upset tummy and, I mean, vomiting. You know, I mean,
Well-
I'm tired and I really need, you know, to change the formula or
Did
something.
you go to
Is
the
there-
doctor? Because if you went to the doctor and they said it was the formula, they can send us a prescription form. But if we don't even
So
know
you
it's the
couldn't even
formula,
get me anything for today? Nothing at all?
well, I mean, you didn't make an. If you called and you had made an appointment, like if you had called yesterday, that would have helped a lot because our appointment schedule's already full. You know, am I supposed to bump other people who already made appointments
Well, I
because you
mean,
decided to walk in? I
It's
mean,
an
it'd be nice
emergency.
if
What
we
am
could.
I supposed
But,
to do?
well, I mean, there is the emergency room. This is WIC. We make appointments.
So
we
do
can
I
only
go
help so
take
many
my baby
people.
to the emergency room then? Or, I mean,
You know, if your baby is very ill, yeah, maybe you should go to the emergency room. But as far as the formula, if you go to the doctor and they send us a prescription form, we could do something. I can see, you know, just because I know it's a problem and I want to help you, I could try to work you in, you know, if we
okay,
have a little bit
if
of
you
time,
can
but I
do
can't
that,
promise
because
anything.
I mean, you know, I need something done today. I mean, I'm serious.
Yeah.
It needs to be done today.
Well, that's the best we can do. And next time, you know, if you give us a call, it could, you know, because you wasted a lot of gas coming all the way over here without an appointment or anything, not knowing, you know, it may not even be the formula, but let me have you talk to someone. And if you can just
Okay.
be patient and have a seat, I'll let you know as soon
Okay,
as we can help
thank
you.
you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Well, when he questioned me on saying that I was an inexperienced mother, it was really difficult. When you're in a situation, you know, with a screaming baby and crying and fussy, it's harder to tell somebody and really have them fully understand. It's really hard, and it was frustrating to have somebody assume that they understood and knew and just dismiss you like that. I did not feel like WIC honored babies and mothers because of all the, you know, the restrictions and the, you know, we can't do this, we can't do that. I would not want to come back to WIC at all if that were the experience at every single one of them or, you know, at anyone.
What did you see in that video that could have been better?
Well, the list of mistakes would be very long. He kept repeating the fact that the participant needed an appointment, even though her baby was sick and she obviously needed some help. He focused on the fact that it's a government program and we have rules and regulations. He never really focused on her as a person or on her concerns. He dismissed her observations as a mom when he talked about first-time moms always thinking the formula is the problem. At one point, he told her to go to the ER, but honestly, if this mom had the money and the time to go to the ER, she'd just buy the other formula herself.
There were many missed opportunities in this video, weren't there? Do you think this mom will be looking forward to future WIC visits and that she'll be eager to stay in the program?
No, she'll probably drop WIC as soon as she can so she doesn't have to be treated like that.
Now watch a different response to that question. As you watch this video, pay attention to the gifts given by the clerk to the participant.
Hi. I just had a quick question.
Sure.
Is there any way that I can have my formula switched? I have a 3-month-old and he's, vomiting and he's up all night and really fussy.
Oh, no.
And I was just wondering, is there any way that I can get a different formula? Because I had a neighbor give me a different kind of formula and it seems to work. But, I was just wondering if you guys might be able to help me with getting that type of formula.
I'm so glad you came in today, and I know when you've got a sick one at home who's been up from, I know that is a tough situation.
It is. It's really tough.
I see you brought your WIC ID.
Yes.
Thanks so much. Let me go ahead and put in your ID number. Okay, and it looks like you didn't have an appointment to come in
No.
just yet because you didn't know
It's
we'd
just
have
kind of an
problems in the
emergency.
meantime. So right now there's 2 people here today that they know all kinds of things that will help when you've got babies and what we can do as far as, if we can make a change with the formula that we give.
Okay.
And I will make sure you get to talk with them, but I don't know how soon they'll be available. So I'm going to run back there and let them know what's going on because I know they will want to help you. And as soon as they have a chance, they'll help you get things figured out today.
When I asked for more formula, I felt like he did. He was a little more attentive. It was very positive. He seemed to really care. My impression of WIC based on that would be that it is friendly. You can go and be comfortable and, have confidence that you're going to get the help that you do need.
This time, the clerk started right out with empathy and concern for the mom and her baby. He said he was glad the participant came in and thanked her for bringing her folder. He jumped right in with a solution to help her find someone to talk to. Even though the answer about switching formula may ultimately be the same, the mom will feel like she's been heard. He gave her his full attention and the gift of listening.
Every mom has challenges. WIC gives the gift of practical solutions. But sometimes we need to give different gifts when clients are upset or angry. In this video, the clerk misses opportunities to give the gifts of understanding and empathy.
Excuse me.
Oh, hello. How are you?
I'm fine. So, I spoke with somebody over the phone. My name is Samantha Delgado. Could you look that up, please?
What can I do for you today, Samantha?
I was told that I was supposed to be receiving my checks today.
Okay, and who told you that?
Ashley.
Ashley. Okay, Ashley's not here today. Let me look you up. Yep, it looks like you already got checks for this month. So your appointment is
Wait, what? Checks?
March 21st to come and get more checks.
I was told today.
Well, you got misinformation.
Yeah,
Today is not
obviously
March
I got
21st.
misinformed. You need to re-look that up and find me my checks because I'm not leaving without them today. I'm tired. It's hot outside. I have a 3-month-old at home. Let's go.
I'm sorry to hear about that. Yep, it looks like you're not eligible till March 21st.
I didn't see you type
want
anything.
I'm looking at it right now.
Well, you need to get your supervisor then. Call somebody who knows because you don't know anything, obviously.
Ma'am, we have rules and regulations and we have to follow them. This is just a
I
supplemental
don't care
program.
about your rules.
It's not our
I want my
responsibility to
checks.
provide food for your child. That's your responsibility.
Excuse me?
That's your responsibility to provide food for your child.
I don't care. No, call your supervisor right now. I want to speak to somebody
My
who knows
supervisor will
what
tell
they're
you the
talking
same
about.
thing, ma'am.
Can you call
It's
them?
your
Call them right
responsibility
now.
to feed your baby.
Call them right
your
now.
responsibility to feed your baby.
I don't. You know what?
We're just a
I don't care.
supplemental nutrition
I don't
program,
care.
ma'am. I don't
Call.
have to tone. Can you tone it down just a little bit?
I don't
please?
have to tone anything
Can you
down. I
please
can do
tone
what
it
I
down?
want to do.
Ma'am, I can just
No,
call
I can do what I
security.
want to do.
I'll just call security
You're gonna
now.
call security? No. This is ridiculous.
Yep,
This is ridiculous.
They're coming
This
right
is
now.
ridiculous.
They're coming right now.
When I first walked into the WIC clinic, I was so upset. I was hot. I was tired. I just wanted to get everything done right away. When I spoke to the WIC clinic provider, she had the worst attitude towards me. She was very snippy and very negative towards me, so it made my anger worse. I was very frustrated every time she came back with a comment at me instead of trying to help me.
The clerk really escalated the situation instead of making it better. She said, "You're responsible for feeding your child, and it just made things worse." She talked about the rules and regulations but asked nothing about the mom and what she needed. She didn't offer any solutions.
Compare that video to this version of the same conversation. Watch for the gifts the clerk gives and notice how that affects how the mom feels about the situation.
Hi, good morning. How are you?
I'm not good.
What's the matter? What's going on?
No, okay. You know what? I've been on the bus forever. It's hot outside. My
goodness.
3-month-old is hungry, so I need my checks.
So, do you have an appointment today, or what's
No,
your name, and I'll look you up. No worries.
Samantha Delgado.
Samantha, it looks like your appointment isn't until March 21st, but
You know
sounds
what?
like you need formula today.
I do. I
Okay.
called and I spoke with somebody named Ashley over the phone. She told me if I came in today, I could get my checks.
Oh, I'm so sorry Ashley gave you that wrong information. I'm really sorry. So let's try to figure something out together. I know we can solve this problem. All right, Samantha?
Okay, fine. Let's.
Okay. So some moms, we gotta figure out something between now and your next appointment. Some moms tell me that they are on SNAP or food stamps. Is that something that?
Yeah, I
can do?
didn't think about that. I was just told I could get my check, so I'm just
Okay.
trying to feed my child.
Yeah, some moms tell me that they use their food stamps to buy formula. I didn't know you could do that either, but anyways, yeah. So maybe between now and then we could do that. Do you have money on your card,
Yeah, I'll figure something out. Is there anything else I can do? Because
there's something else that we can do. I can give you a list of food banks. I'd be more than happy to make the first call for you. And,
Okay.
that's another option. Also, what I want to do, it looks like actually your first eligible day is a little bit sooner than your appointment on Friday. So
when is that?
your appointment is March 21st on Friday, but I'm going to bump it up to Monday.
Okay.
What time would be best for you?
Anytime in the morning is fine. I just
In the morning?
need to get this
How
done.
about 10 o'clock? How does that sound?
That's fine.
Okay, good.
long
All
as I
right,
can
let me write that
feed
down
my
for you.
child.
You know what? I'm so happy that you came in today. It sounded like you had a rough ride over here.
I did. I really
Just
did.
craziness. You got a hungry baby at home. I know how
Yeah.
that is.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I'm going to be thinking about you. I'm going to call that first food bank, and I really look forward to seeing you. Your next
Okay.
appointment, can you bring that beautiful baby in for us? We'll go ahead and wait,
I
and
will.
I'm really excited to see him, and I'm so glad you
Okay.
came in today.
Thank you so much.
You are very welcome. All right.
What she did was she apologized for the misinformation that I received, and she just had such a positive attitude towards me, I couldn't help but to return it back eventually. When I walked in, she didn't seem like she had any judgments towards me at all. She seemed like she valued me as a person and that she was going to make sure that I was being the best I could for my child.
This time, the clerk started out by acknowledging to the mom the need to get food for her baby. She said, "It sounds like you need your checks today." The clerk offered solutions too, using SNAP, contacting a food bank, and moving the appointment up. She really focused on the person in front of her, not on the rules, and the mom felt valued, understood, and accepted rather than judged.
She also offered to make the call to the first food bank. Why do you think she did that?
Making that first call for help is really hard. That was really a gift to get that mom started with the food bank. My responses weren't the same as the suggested ones, but I feel I still gave the participant gifts. With more practice and actual participants, I'll be more comfortable doing this.
That's great to hear. Using the principle of reciprocity and giving our participants gifts can really make them feel valued here at WIC. Giving gifts sets the stage for powerful behavior change and helps make this a positive experience so they will want to come back.
And if we give gifts like listening and full attention, participants will give us gifts in return. They'll be more open to change and advice.